That seems overly loud. Huh. Turn that down to about 35%. Actually, no, we'll turn it to 50. For now. I might be able to turn that back up, actually. Okay, get that off the screen. New game. Go with the standard sphere grid. And of course this will be going up on YouTube at some point, so there'll be quite a few scenes where the music has to be changed. Or at least I fully expect there'll be a few scenes where the music has to be changed. Select soundtrack type. Do I want original or arranged? We'll go with original. Play original soundtrack. Yes! And of course, starting this playthrough for stream purposes, I'll be getting Tidus's limit breaks up pretty much as soon as possible. You have to do it 80. You have to do his limit break 80 times in order to get Blitz Ace. But until we have access to Yuna, I don't believe getting Blitz Ace is really going to be that important because you won't be able to see its full animation. As for YouTube, pretty much the grinding side of things will be taken out of the videos. I mean, yeah, that means that all of my all the grinding that I have to do to get the limit breaks up is not going to be put into the videos, or at least most of it won't be put into the videos. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet now because Tidus has something to say.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
And that's pretty much all he says. So we get started here with the first opening cutscene, I believe. Or is that later? No, that's later. This part's pretty plain simple forward. You come away from Tidus's home here, talk to a group of boys and 2 girls. Basically, it's the time to put your name into the game. There's Bahamut's little faith guy for later on in the game. If that's a bit of a spoiler, then I'm sorry, because the game has been out for quite a few years now. Originally on the PS2, of course, and then later on PS3 and the PS Vita, and then put onto PS4, I believe. There we go, we'll talk to the boys here.
No problem.
Can you sign this? No prob. Change the name from Tidus to Omega for obvious reasons. Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go. My pad is working perfectly. Change the name I hate that you can only have, what's that, 6, 7, 8 characters for the name. But we are going to go with Omega as usual. Whenever I can change the lead character's name, I always do. So, confirm.
Alrighty.
Me too!
Take it easy.
If you can tell, I'm sort of still getting over a little bit of a cold. Oh, I just realised something that needs to be done. Turn up game sound on XSplit. There we go. Back to the game. Talk to these two girls over here.
Can I have your autograph?
Of course.
Good luck tonight!
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay?
Oh, look at that. See, that's the big
What seat?
flirt.
Ace block in the front row! Fifth from the right!
Got it.
And later on in the game, of course, he then
Well,
redacts
gotta
that
go.
statement,
Cheer for
saying
me.
that you shouldn't be
2,
thinking about who's in the
3.
crowd when you play the game.
She just had a blitz!
Maybe
Hey,
later,
I got
lads.
a game to play.
That's a bit rude, don't you
Just
think?
after.
Maybe tonight, well,
You can't tonight.
Really?
I mean tomorrow.
It's like you're the only guy that can see him.
Promise.
I don't know what's weirder in this though, because it says maybe tonight, but as you can see, it's already nighttime. Oh, see, there's the coding effect. I didn't get to the mute button in time. But yeah, as you can see through what's around, it's already nighttime, which suggests to me that those kids would be in bed after the blitzball game. Because, how can you teach someone how to blitz when they're asleep?
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, checked, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jack all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa, didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jack Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jack's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
And there we go, that's a little bit of exposition there from the Blitzball announcer.
Make way, make way.
Let's
Coming
just
through, sorry.
make our way through the crowd here.
Hey, I'm gonna be late.
And
Hey, let go of me.
really, no one's even touching you. Go. There we go. And of course, this is the one Blitzball game that we see that we actually can't take part in, I believe. And this cutscene in particular, I will either be cutting out of YouTube, so you'll either miss it, or, well, when you're on YouTube, you'll either miss it, or I'll just cut out the audio here. Okay. Oops. This cold is like the most annoying thing I've ever had. Worst one I've had yet.
What are you doing here?
I was waiting for you.
What are you talking about?
It begins.
What?
Don't cry.
Okay. So there's Bahamut's faith telling us not to cry, even though I don't see why you would.
Hey, wait!
Still having trouble with my throat, which is
Hey,
really
not this
annoying me.
way.
Look,
But we'll get to the part where we can start using overdrives, and then I will, I think, just farm it until just keep grinding until I've got to, which one is it? Slice and dice, I think, is the first one.
Sin?
I think you need to use your overdrive 10 times in order to unlock it. But once it is unlocked, we're going to move on, and hopefully the next area to grind, I think, is on the way to Kilika, and then after that it's basically use your overdrive every time you get it. I don't think there really is another good grinding spot after that.
take it. A gift from Jet.
My old man?
Here we go. So the first battle I'm going to show, every battle after that is basically the same monster, so the same theme, should I say? And I'll cut all those out of
These ones
YouTube.
don't matter. We cut through.
So attack, straight through, attack. I get the, no, it wasn't the wrong one, but never mind. Keep going. More. More. Cut the ones that matter, I believe.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones
Yep.
that matter and run.
So everything that's in front. And there's the first bit of damage I take. We'll take care of you, take care of you, and take care of you. Keep going towards that great big blitz sphere, as I call it. I know it's not, I know it's actually Sin that's in there, but it's created a blitz sphere and that's what I'm going to call it. Now, I don't believe I can farm here. I believe once the ones that are around it are dead, then they stay dead. And of course it's Orange Limit Break that we use first anyway,
Get out of my town!
which I believe just
Some
kills
can't
them
wait
all
to
in
die.
one go. So we show, we'll show Orange Limit Break here, or Overdrive, whatever you want to call it, and down, left, up, right, LBBA. And yeah, all the ones in front have died, and Big Bad is still alive. Oh, this guy will use his Demi pretty much every time, so you can't actually die in this area. But there's the first limit break. Let's show off Tidus's limit break here. I can never get that on the first try, and I never know why. But there we go. There's Tidus's limit break. Overdrive limit break. I don't see why they actually changed the name from limit break to overdrive. It never made any sense to me. But as I said, this guy can't actually kill you. So just keep attacking away at it until it's dead. And then straight after this fight, there's a save sphere around the corner. And of course, when you save, you automatically heal, so there's no point in wasting items at this point either. Which, of course, during my first playthrough, I didn't know that, and I wasted my items. I used, like, potions in this area, and I didn't need to. And of course, with me streaming this, if I get any viewers in the chat at any point, I will be talking to them. So on YouTube it might not make much sense, but on here it will. So we'll save over this bit. I'm not going to save over that, even though it's like really badly done. Martin is there, but I don't believe that's his current one. We're going to save that. We'll put me in there. And of course, with me trying to do this for YouTube, there will be multiple save files. Just in case I, you know, mess up somewhere. It's not exactly an easy game to mess up on though.
Give me a break, man.
Of course, there are areas like if you forget Balefow's second limit break, or you forget a destruction sphere in a temple, and you don't want to have to go all the way back. Now, if I'm right, this is the first area to grind, so most of this is going to be taken out for YouTube purposes, but that's not important right now. Auron will say to attack the mechanical thing there on the right, but as I said, I'm not going to do that just yet. Sorry about the cough. Really am. But there's not much I can do about it, unfortunately. And take care of you.
This could be bad.
It could be, but it won't be.
That! Knock it down.
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
Nice and simple. Do we do it again? I need... No, you'll see, so I'll take you out, and then Tidus can attack this. And there we go, that's the end of it. We'll find a better farming spot to get Tidus's limit break up later on. And there is Mr. Wayne O'Hanlon in the top corner playing Football Manager, I believe, and looks like he's having a bad time of it, to be honest.
Go.
I wonder why that started coming up. I'm sure there was a way of turning that off. And of course the jump fails. Auron just stands there like a dick. Now from that camera angle, Auron should not be able to stand up.
You are sure? This is it.
Seriously, Oren's just a dick.
This is your story. It all begins here. Hey. Hey!
My old man?
We go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Over to here, which makes 0 sense. Why is this platform next to the remnants of what looks to be an arena? I have no idea. And your old man turned into a little boy.
I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy. I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore.
Couldn't think of a different way of saying alone, huh? Wow, that's bright. Have you seen it on the camera? Okay.
Anybody there?
Yeah, the bird right in front of you.
Oren!
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Hey!
And to this day, I am almost completely certain the only reason why they didn't put Oren in this first section is because of the amount of swimming you have to do and the fact that Oren doesn't swim. Okay, right. So we move on first, I believe, to the right. We go over here. There's no point looking at this thing yet. Even though I could get quite a few Al-Bhed primers, I'm not going to bother. I can't get them from there anyway. But I'm not going to bother doing that just yet. I can always look up a guide later on for anything that you actually need the Al-Bhed primers for. There's another item over here. Yeah. Here. If you do have Al-Bhed primers and you look at this thing at the start of the game, it will give you all the ones you've currently found on a separate save file. But, as I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to look for the books, and if I miss any, then that's my own fault. I'll just have to do another playthrough. Now, as I said, that's also why I'm going to be using multiple save files, because if I have missed any, I can always just go back onto a separate save file, pick another one up, and carry on from there. So, save here, get my health back up. Oh. No, I did say multiple save files. I suppose at the moment multiple save files are not that important, so I'll just save over this one. There's no way that I've missed anything yet. But as I said, there's quite easily a chance that you could miss something. You carry on walking too far there, and you miss out on this high potion. Until quite far into the game, I believe. Because this happens. He looks over the edge. Looks over the edge here. And... oh, look, a fish. And something that should really... how none of the debris hits him. In fact, how he lands before the debris does, I have no idea. Because that's not the way physics works, but we're going to go down into the water and I believe we initiate a fiend battle with 2 fish. 2 fish? 3 fish? 2 fish? Two? Is it 2? No, it's 3. So, yeah, we'll just attack. That's all we can do. Hey, an overkill. That came sooner than I expected. And we kill you. And you, I believe, get eaten in what I like to call the Star Wars quote of, oh look, there's always a bigger fish. I get it. I said that in completely the wrong context, to be honest. Now for the world's most infamous mismatch. Again, I don't believe you can die in this battle, so I won't be wasting items. But if I do die, I saved it, so I can always just reload. Yeah, just like that, 2 attacks and he starts trying to eat you. And of course smashing his head into the side of the temple here did absolutely nothing to him. That has never made any sense to me. Why does he come up the air in order to look around when you could clearly see that from under the water anyway? And there we go. Seals was in.
I had made it out of the frying pan and into the freezer. I thought I was gonna die in this place.
How did you? I don't believe there's anything behind me. No, but it is always good sense in an RPG to look behind you, because you never know what you'll find. And yes, in most cases it is nothing. Nice and simple, though if he can move those out the way, why couldn't he just dig his way out of the temple instead of going further in? I have no idea. Especially when it looks like he didn't give much effort. Ow.
Need fire.
And now the search for stuff shows up. Remains of a campfire. Flint and tinder, you could start another fire here. Question, why is there a campfire here? And when it says tinder, why can't I just use this one instead of going all the way round to find another source? The other source being here. Seriously, it's the same plant. If we carry on going round though, I believe there is another high potion, though I could be wrong. There's definitely an item though. Yep, high potion. And we head back down to what later on in the game gets revealed as... Spoiler alert. Oh, for God's sake, this cough is going to be the death of me. It has not gone in 2 weeks, which is actually why I've not been here. Oh, wrong way. My bad. We want this way. Examine here. We'll pick up the 2 stones. Because that makes sense. Anyway, as I was saying, later on in the game, this room, I believe, is revealed to be Seymour's bedroom. Or that is just propaganda put around the internet. Again, don't need to start making separate save files until I believe later on in the game, quite far later on in the game actually, when I start to think that I may have forgotten something. Especially if I notice that I've missed an Al-Bhed primer.
I need food. What do you want?
It was a bad call. Your team lost because of you.
You came to say that?
It's been 10 years. I thought you'd be crying.
Who, me?
You cried.
Hey, wait! Don't go out on me! Just hold on. I'll get more wood. Give me a break! You on my side? Cool!
Click. No. Click. Thank you. Turn that back on. back onto the game. There we go. Right. So, whilst my father was just in the room, we started this battle against this this guy, this scorpion-looking guy that doesn't really have a sting for a tail, so I don't know why I said that, to be honest. But it's the only thing I can think of. I'm not sure, but I think this is one of the first battles in the game where you can die. Like, you can actually get a game over. We're gonna steal from it first, until there's nothing left to steal, or it just comes up with stole nothing. And there we go, couldn't steal anything, so we'll just carry on from there. Special, use, grenade. I'm not sure if using the next one will kill it or not. No, it doesn't. But I killed it anyway, so never mind. And there's the first level for the sphere grid, but we'll go over that later. And there's the obligatory ass shot. Which I was thinking of doing a counter for. I might do, I might not, I haven't decided.
Phew.
But yeah, Final Fantasy X is
close.
notorious for showing the
Hey, let me go.
asses of the characters, whether they be male or female.
Fed! Trivita Grisa!
And of course this is like the one area in the game where you can't actually understand what the Al-Bhed is saying. Like, literally you have no Al-Bhed primer, so you can't select any words. Kuno, though, is obviously sorry. We, I believe, is you, rather than what the French would say, as in... Wait. I don't know. There are certain words that are obvious. Or at least made obvious. But we'll get to the next save point and then save the game.
Kid, it's die job.
Hey, that hurts.
Usujek, right?
Whoa. Okay.
This bit always made me laugh when I was younger. Not so much now.
Right, whatever.
Tui hod kabeg?
I said I don't understand.
Fed! He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
I fed there,
you
I
understand
believe,
me?
could wait, but I'm not so sure.
All right, I'll work.
And of course, first over here we have Al-Bhed Primer Volume 1. So, like I said, not really much point in saving the game over a previous save at the moment. We will, however... Wait, do I get items from these guys? Yes, you do. Potion free. Not much from you, and... Not a clue. Okay, save the game, and then I'm going to take a little bit of a break. And we're back. Straight off, we're gonna head...
Oh, almost forgot.
Okay, once we're through this explanation of the sphere grid, I'll end the YouTube episode here, and then start straight away with the next one. So we'll just skip straight through all this because I know it. I'm sure most people already know it, but if they don't and they're playing it, well, tutorials are there for a reason. So we skip straight through. Straight through, straight through, straight through, straight through, straight through. We've done all this, I already know it all. It's a pain in the backside. If people had come into the stream to watch while I was away, then I'm sorry. I'll apologise now. You'll hear it on YouTube or on my GameWisp channel if you're subscribed and you're watching on there. Of course, you can just skip forward on GameWisp to as far as possible. And that's the explanation for the sphere grid over. And the end of episode 1 as far as YouTube's concerned. So if you can leave a like and subscribe, that would help me out muchly. And we'll end off there. Bye. And welcome back, YouTube, to Final Fantasy X HD Remaster PC Edition.